Hey everybody, I just wanted to hop on real quick to share the crazy weekend that I had this weekend. This weekend we had lots of things planned with Encore and with my good friend Caitlin. So let's start off Saturday. Saturday morning, we had a book signing with Cowgirl Cameron. Cowgirl Cameron is the character in my book series, and the second book is coming out this week. We went to South Durham Farmers Market, where my friend from high school, Sydney Patterson, helps run and manage the farmers market. So she asked me if I wanted to come out and do a book signing. And I was like, what? Like, I hadn't even thought about doing something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'll come out and do a book signing. That's a fantastic idea. So I came out, brought Encore. Mini Mobile is up and running. So we went out and we did our book signing. And it was fantastic. We were out there from 9 to 12, which was the span of the farmers market. I think it's from 8 to 12. But, with Encore's therapy work, they say not to work them for a very long time because they get stressed out and stuff. So I really intended on only staying for about half of that. But Encore was doing so well and he was eating his hay and he didn't seem very overstimulated till the last 45 minutes or so. So we stayed the whole time and he loaded up great. He notified me when he had to use the bathroom, so he didn't have any accidents under the tent. He was great with the kids. They were able to brush him. One of my young black equestrian sisters came up from Fayetteville, Kiara. I am so thankful for her because she managed Encore while I was busy talking to people and signing books. She told me a kid was trying to crawl under Encore, and I was like, girl, I miss all that. So I'm so thankful that she made the trip and decided to come up here and help me. She brought her twin sister and her nephew, and her nephew was fantastic. By the end of it, he knew the answers to all the questions. So we're like, what's the horse's name? He's like, Encore. So I'm so thankful for all the help that she gave. I also want to thank my mother. My mom was there. She's like facilitating like where I need to be. Like, she's my manager. She's like my eternal manager. She's like, you need to come over here. Somebody wants to ask you a question. I'm like, thank you, because there's so many things going on right now. I had no idea. I want to thank all of my family that stopped by and came out. Tanika and Jordan, Phyllis, Aunt Teresa and Uncle Johnny, they came out as well. And Alicia. My friend Alicia came out, and she brought her friend who is like obsessed with Encore and follows him on Instagram. She brought books. She brought a pen for me to write. I had a pen, but she brought me a silver permanent marker, which was obviously much better. So thank you, Alicia, girl. She sold books. She collected money. I was like, she came to work, okay? So I want to thank her for everything that she did on Saturday at the farmers market. It was great. It was fantastic. And she brought her little dog. He's so cute. But that was our Saturday morning. So moving on, one of my former English teachers, Miss Yvonne Barnes, asked me to come speak at an event. Let me not lie to you about the event's name. It was PPKL. I know that for sure. What was it called? Oh my goodness. Y'all just, oh, good Lord, she only wrote PPKL. Let me find it on Facebook. PPKL. Can't remember what PPKL stands for, but it was a meeting with parents talking about addressing the achievement gap in our school system, especially with kids of color. So she asked me to speak about it from an author's standpoint, and I spoke about incentivizing reading in order to improve literary excellence.
No, it's not helpful, And if your child cannot read at a second grade reading level, they're not going to be able to do math at a third grade reading level, or science at a fourth grade.
So my main focus was talking about using animals to incentivize reading, making sure that kids are reading about things they care about or that they're interested in, because that makes it much easier. You're more likely to do more work on something that you're interested in than something that's completely foreign to you or completely boring to you. So talked about that. Left Encore at home in Chapel Hill, tied him to a tree. He had a long lead, had water, he had grass. He was in heaven. So he did that for a couple hours. And then earlier in the week, Encore's veterinarian asked me if I would bring him by his son's birthday party. And I was like, yeah, of course. You're his vet, Yeah. He's probably like the best, well-behaved mini client he'll ever have in his life. So we had to make an appearance at this troll birthday party. So we drove to Garner from Chapel Hill and took Encore to the birthday party. And it was fantastic. It was in a gigantic yard of grass. So Encore was like, yeah, this is my jam. Like, I'm cool with this. The little kids led him around, not laying on them, but rubbing on them and giving him kisses and picking up grass and shoving it in his face. And he was just like, yep, I'm just going to sit here and eat. We went inside and had dinner, and Encore was just outside in the backyard eating grass to his heart's content. So we did that as well. Little Elliot was just like, he was like so happy. So there was Encore, and then he had a little troll, or a big troll, family member dressed up as a troll. And they took some pictures and stuff, so it was really cool. So that was our Saturday. It was a very long day for Encore. It was a very long day for the mini mobile, because that was the first time that I kind of pushed it. And if the mini mobile don't know by now, I push vehicles, okay? I'm a pedal pusher, all right? But the setup that we have, it works fantastic. The stalls, he can get on one side. I can put my wagon with all my supplies on the other side. More supplies right behind the driver's seats. The setup is amazing. It's awesome. Like, I love it so much. So that was Saturday. And then today, Sunday, I helped host a bridal shower for Caitlin, my good friend and fellow YBE, the podcast host, for her upcoming nuptials on the 28th. So it was a fantastic weekend. I told my neighbor, I was like, yeah, let's go ride horses afterwards, because she was at the bridal shower. Then I got home and I got undressed, and I was like, no, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to get on a horse. I laid on my bed and it was a wrap, okay? Just now waking up to do this video, because I did not have the energy to do it yesterday, and I didn't have the time to do it this morning. So big thank you to everyone who has made this weekend a success. I was able to see my sisters this weekend while I was in Chapel Hill, and my parents also, obviously. A huge shout out to my mom. She spent like majority of the day Saturday with me, supporting me, taking pictures and stuff like that, So it was a fantastic weekend. I always say hashtag booked and busy, okay? We were booked and we were busy, and I would not rather spend my weekend any other way. So I hope you guys have a great night and a fantastic week, and do something great this week. Because if you would have asked me a month ago if I would be riding around with my mini in the back, going to events and having a book signing and having teachers request me to come to their classroom and do whole units and bringing Encore, I would have told you that you were crazy. Really? Goodbye. But that's what happened. So I got to start writing some emails. I got to start reaching out to people who saw us this weekend and wanted more information. So be great this week. Do something that you've always wanted to do, and look at the silver lining. All right, y'all. Have a good night.